Hope everybody has had a fantastic holiday weekend and enjoyed your Easter. Hopefully, we're going to add some things to your Easter basket tonight. We'll see if the Easter Bunny can bring us some nice hits in our breaks. We've got two products we're going to be breaking this evening: Leaf Metal Draft Football and Gypsy Queen Baseball. Isn't that bad? See what happens when you give me a night off from breaking, right? I forget what I'm doing. Yeah. All right. Before we actually get rolling, we have got a little information to go over, so let's get started with that. Feedback is 100% automated. You don't ever have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, through the wonders of automation, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. Of course, the second message there is simply to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me and keeps me company and all that stuff. So appreciate you spending part of your Easter here breaking some cards tonight. We are taking a look at breaks that are coming up. So this is the stuff we're going to be breaking over the next 5 days, but it is all already up and listed on eBay. And we're going to have some other early start nights this week, including tomorrow night. It is also a 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start time. We're going to do Flawless Football half case break, and then we'll do a 12-box inner case of Diamond Kings Baseball. Tuesday night, Flawless Football again, and we'll do a half case of Bowman Baseball, which will be the start of a new case, by the way, for those of you who keep track of that. Both on Tuesday night, both Flawless and Bowman will be the start of a new case, I guess, right? I think. On Wednesday, our early start, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, because it's a new release day. We have Contenders Draft Picks Football coming out, 2019 Contenders Draft Picks Football. We'll break a full case of that and a 3-box inner case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, and that's the last of those that I have, I think. I don't think we have any more. I say that, and sometimes I find stuff, but I don't think we do. On Thursday night, we're going to open a half case of Leaf Metal Draft Jumbo, right? So tonight we're opening the hobby. The Jumbo has, 9 regular autographs per box, and the 10th autograph is a 1-of-1 slabbed autograph. So we end up with 10 autographs per box, 1 of them guaranteed, 1-of-1, not too shabby on that. And then we'll do Diamond Kings again on Thursday night as well. Friday night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, one more time, because guess what comes out Friday? National Treasures Basketball. Woohoo! You know I love my National Treasures. So we will open a full case of that on Friday night, along with another case of Contenders Draft Picks Football. So that's what the days ahead look like. Let's roll on down the line and take a look at what we're breaking tonight. Everything in here is a paid shipping break this evening. And that would be our 15-box case of Leaf Metal Draft Football, followed by our half case of Gypsy Queen Baseball. I am anticipating that these breaks will be on the way to you approximately Wednesday. As always, if I can get it out to you faster than Wednesday, I certainly will do so. And if something unexpected happens, it could possibly slide a day later to Thursday, but my expectation at this point in time is Wednesday. Consolation cards. Everybody's going to pull cards in Gypsy Queen. There's lots of cards in that break. Leaf Metal Draft, there are a couple of letters that don't have a whole lot of options, so we don't pull them every single break. If you happen to be one of those and you don't pull anything in Leaf Metal Draft Football, you are still going to get a package in the mail. It'll have consolation cards in it, and they will ship out with the rest of the break. So first up tonight, 15-box case of 2019 Leaf Metal Draft Football. It's full case break. It's break number 4. You'll notice I did some additional combining of letters that had previously been separate, just because we're not pulling out a lot of hits for some of those letters. So I combined a few of them in there. But you'll see, of course, the letters on the left, winning bidders across from on the right-hand side. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, Sunday night, the 21st. And, of course, we'll put up the Gypsy Queen spreadsheet right before we do that break. You are about to notice that the background goes slightly out of focus here, and that is by design, so please don't be alarmed. You are going to be able to see your cards. Actually going to be able to see them better than if I didn't do that, believe it or not. Yeah? Oh, how about that? What else do we need to know? Leaf. This is first letter of last name, so we all know that. But there are some hyphenated names in this product. There is J.J. Arcega Whiteside. So his last name is Arcega-Whiteside. So the first letter is going to be the A for Arcega. Like Rock Yasin. That is Y-A-S-I-N. But once again, the first letter at the beginning of the last name is the Y. So hyphenated names, that's how they work. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to know about Leaf. I don't really think so. I think that's the gist of it. Many of you have probably opened Leaf before, probably opened it a lot. Usually people who are fans of Leaf are fans of Leaf, you know what I mean? Like, you don't miss too many of the releases because they have some really nice high quality stuff, and it's all on card autographs and low numbered parallels often, and just a cool product. So I would say a lot of you are familiar with it, but there might be a few who aren't. Ruben is here. Ruben, man, I have not seen you in forever. How have you been? And you've got twins, right? Didn't you end up with, I want to say, maybe your brother's twin girls? Am I dreaming? Did I make that up? If I did, I apologize, but it seems to me that that was the case. But anyway, how are you? Regardless of whether or not I have that right. I think I have that right, but you never know. But how are you? Nelson is here as well. Oh, Nelson's driving. So yeah, don't be typing and driving, Nelson. We don't want you going off the road, my friend. DV's Cards and Collectibles is in the house. Hi, DV. Ruben, oh, you're a National Treasures fan. So you're going to be rocking with us on Friday for a little NT basketball. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, National Treasures is all kinds of awesome. Nelson, the draft picks contenders, I did do it last name both Wednesday and Friday because we'll still be in the midst of the draft. The draft starts Thursday night, so we'll only be through round 2 on Friday. I considered doing it on Teams Friday and then just holding the shipping until we were through with the draft, but I decided to do by first letter of last name for Wednesday and Friday. And then our next case of that we will do after the draft has concluded. And at that point, we'll probably switch to the team format. And we will also add in a spot for undrafted rookies. But that will be at some point after these first 2 breaks where we'll do it both first letter or last name there. So. Ruben, you said you thought it was out of focus because you're old. Listen, man, I know the feeling. I do know the feeling. I feel that way myself quite often. DV's Cards wants to know how long before Gypsy Queen. This is probably, it's a relatively quick break once we get all the plastic off and the seals cut because it's all already in sleeves and top loaders and etc. Maybe 20 minutes. DV, give or take 5 minutes on either side. About 20 minutes from now, I would say, because I just about have all the plastic off and seals cut and all that. And that way, once we get rolling, we can just crank on down the highway, so to speak. Yeah, okay, all right. So you do have the girls, and you are all doing awesome. Well, I am so glad to hear that. I am very glad to hear that. Oh, not you're waiting on National Treasures. You are a National Treasure. Oh, well, of course you are, Ruben. And my bad. Yeah, of course. I just read that wrong, man. That's all. I've had too much sugar Easter candy. You know how that goes. Yeah. All those sugary holidays. Yeah, we like to act like it doesn't grab us as adults, but you know it does. You know it does. Okay, let's get cranking. So everything, of course, in here is already in sleeves and top loaders. Very handy. Gotta love the way Leaf does things. So first up, we have a hyphenated name right off the bat, and the last name is, of course, Ratliff-Williams, so it goes to the R for Ratliff. It's numbered to 35. And Keyshawn Johnson goes to the J's. We have a State Pride, Myles Gaskin for the G. And a N'Keal Harry Redemption. He's got some stuff live in here and some stuff as redemptions, FYI. But that's an H, of course. Jarrett Stidham, numbered to 20, hits the S. Ruben, you said your 9-year-old twins are banging off the walls. Yeah, exactly. That's what the Easter Bunny brings. A whole day of hyperactivity. Antoine Wesley, numbered to 7 for the W. Damian Harris for the H. Irv Smith, State Pride, S. Benny Snell, my man Benny Snell, played for my University of Kentucky Wildcats. That is for the S. Jalen Smith, numbered to 7. Another S. We got lots of S's. Hi, Greg. How was your Easter today, sir? Did the Easter Bunny treat you well today? Bring you lots of good stuff? Dwayne Haskins, that is the H, making somebody happy. And this is Polite or Politi. I don't know which way he says it. Anyway, it's a P. Justice Hill to 15 for the H. Jeffrey Simmons, S. And Alex Barnes to 20 for the B's. Oh, Ruben, you like my man Benny Snell? I do too. He's a little bit undersized, but he's a really good power back. He's not probably going to be an every down back necessarily, although he more or less was for UK. But in the NFL, I don't know that he'll be an every down back. But I think he'll be a very good situational back, and I think he'll probably be, maybe round 3 or 4, somewhere in there. Travis Homer for the H. Jalen Smith for the S. Noah Fant, there's a first rounder, numbered to 15 for the F. David Montgomery, numbered to 7 for the M. There's another Benny Snell. Oh, you're rocking it tonight with Benny Snell. That one numbered to 20. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Ruben says he's a Mark Ingram type, and that's probably like size-wise and the way he runs and whatnot. That's a fairly good assessment, I would say. Jace Sternberger, S. Deontay Thompson for the T. Myles Gaskin to 20 for the G. Here's a little 1-of-1 printing plate, and that is, there's like a little baby mosquito or something in here, and it was crawling on me, sorry, and I just smushed it with my other hand. Sorry. But anyway, who is this? Noah Fant again. So that actually is probably going to be a very nice hit for somebody with the F. Noah and his teammate TJ Hawkinson, both probably going to be first rounders, both tight ends. This is Josh Jacobs for the Jays. Yeah, well, that weird little mosquito that was in here jumping on me on Friday night, too. And I haven't really seen him since, but then here he came tonight. I guess he likes card breaks, but now he's dead. So, because I smushed him with my free hand. So there you go. This is another hyphenated name, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That goes to the A. Elijah Holyfield to 25, heading to the H. Isaiah Buggs for the B's, and a redemption for LaJordan Humphrey. He might actually also have stuff in here that is live and redemption. I want to say he does, and that is an H, of course, for Humphrey. Will Greer to 35 for the G's. I don't know a lot about Jacobs. Ruben says Jacobs is a monster. I don't know a ton about him, so course, I'm looking forward to draft night. We are going to break draft night, but I'm going to record what I can't watch. It starts early at 7, so, we'll have time to see quite a bit before the break starts. It's Calvin's little brother, Riley Ridley, for the R's, and there's Ryan Finley to 25, another hit for the F. Jeremy Tillery for the T. Christian Wilkins to 10 for the W's. And there's Marquise Brown for the B's. Oh, yeah, I think I did know that. Jay Rivers Walsh said that the mosquito had to be a female because it's only the females that bite you. The males don't. So, yeah, I had kind of forgotten about that, but I believe you're right. I probably did kill some little mosquito's mother on Easter, and I'm sorry about that, but you know what? That thing's been in the house since Friday. Jamarius Way to 15, W. And oddly, I haven't seen it since Friday night either when I was doing a break. Just now saw it again. So strange. Don't know where it's been. Singletary for the S. But we know where it is now. It is deceased. Greedy Williams for the W. And Clayton Thorson, T. And does that say number to 2? Yeah, it does. Wow. All right. So Thorson to 2. And Nick Bosa making the B's happy. He'll probably go, well, it's hard to say. He'll go in the top 3, but we still don't know what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do. But Nick Bosa will be a high draft pick anyway. David Sills, that is to 25 for the S. Then we have a Rodney Anderson for the A's. Hi, Jay Rivers, by the way. I don't think I said hi to you either. I read your comment and I didn't say hello, but hello and happy Easter to you, sir. There is Shermer for the S and Bryce Love, Redemption for the L. Emmanuel Hall, 1 of 1, baby. Woohoo! For the H. So that's our second 1 of 1. The printing plate earlier for Fant, and then the Emmanuel Hall 1 of 1. Ruben, you said Jacobs is going to be the first running back taken. That's your official prediction. All right. I'll take your word for it. Stang Lover's here too. Hi, Stang Lover. He says the male mosquitoes only want a sandwich. Well, maybe, man. I don't know. Maybe that's right. That is Mike Weber for the W's. Mac Wilson for the W to 25. There's Jalen Jelks for the J's to 7. And Deebo Samuel for the S. Followed by a little Kyler Murray. That's what the M has been waiting on. That man right there. Kyler. And Ruben says it makes sense that because his ex-wife was a bloodsucker. That's just mean, man. That's just mean. We can't be bitter on Easter. No. We can't be bitter on Easter. Jack and Samantha are with Jay Rivers. Jack and Samantha are his kitties. Jay Rivers does some awesome stuff with catnip. For cats, before you all start going crazy. Not awesome stuff with catnip for people. For cats. That is Ripen for the R's to 15. Emmanuel Hall for the H. Travion Williams for the W. DeMarcus Lodge, L. Another 1 of 1 printing plate. Kyler Murray. Boom, baby. Oh, yes, indeed. Now that just made somebody really happy. There's your 1 of 1 Kyler Murray. Yeah, you got to be happy now with the M's. Easter Bunny is delivering. Hi, Joshua. How's it going? Ruben says he's not sold on Kyler Murray. Listen, that kid is a really dynamic player. Who knows what's going to happen when he gets to the NFL. Same as any of those other picks. Some of them do well, some of them do terribly, but he's a really dynamic player and he should be fun. Deebo Samuel for the S. And I kind of think he will be, but you never know, I guess. There's N'Keal Harry for the H. We had the redemption for him earlier, and he's live on that one. Miles Sanders, number to 15, S. There's little Jordan Humphrey, and he is for the H. I believe we also had a redemption for him earlier. DK Metcalf to 5. The M's are overflowing with good fortune tonight. Well, Ruben, here's the thing. Ruben's saying Kyler should have played baseball. You know, we've had this debate endlessly on here at various points across the last several months. But basically, he can go to the NFL and wash out in 1 or 2 seasons and make more money than he would have made in baseball, and then still go back and play for Oakland. They retain his rights. So why not go clean house in the NFL? And if it turns out you're not great at it or it's not for you, then go back and play for Oakland with a big pot full of money. This is numbered to 5. It's Humphrey again on a State Pride insert. Kelvin Harmon for the H. Dexter Lawrence for the L. And you have Christian Wilkins, W. And Daniel Jones to 20. That might turn out to be useful for the Jays. Because, I mean, here's the thing. When you're going through baseball, you got to work your way through the minors kind of no matter how good you are. Now, maybe you take a shorter trip than some. Maybe you're only down there a couple of years. And you got, you know, we got the signing bonus and whatever. But you go to the NFL, you can instantly be a day one impact player and make more money and know if it doesn't work out, you can still go back to the Oakland A's. So there you go. Trey Lamar for the L. Devin White, W, State Pride. LJ Scott, numbered to 20 for the S. DeMarcus Lodge again, that one to 10 for the L. A.J. Brown to 15 for the B's. Yeah, but Ruben, the contracts those guys are getting, you know, it is a lot of money, but it's also spread over a lot of years, okay? So, I mean, the kid can make more money faster in the NFL. We'll just put it like that. And he's young, and he likes football more, and I think he probably wants to make that money on top of it. Farrell to 25 for the Fs. And here's another W with Eris Williams to 35. Another B, Miles Boykin. Emmanuel Hall out again. We've had lots of him in this case. That was for the H. And last out is a Drew Lock for the L's. So we didn't get my Josh Allen in here tonight. We do a lot of nights, but we didn't see him tonight. Okay, so here's the deal. We're not going to read all this off again because if we did, it'd be just kind of like doing the breakover. But what I will do is a quick little tool through here for anyone who jumped in late or you just want a second look at them or I don't know. Anyway, it's the recap, but the kind of scrolling version of the recap, if you will, because there's a lot of hits in here. What, 75, I think? Yeah. Something like that. But draft night, oh, draft night's going to be fun this year. I can't wait to see how all the angling works itself out. There's one of our one-of-one printing plates. We have another one-of-one printing plate in here, and then we had a one-of-one that was a straight-up, not printing plate, but a regular one-of-one as well. So 3 one-ofs out of this case, not too shabby for good old Leaf. Always delivers us some nice low-numbered hits. And apparently, they're making even less football this year than they have in past years. They cut the production on Ultimate by a bunch, evidently. So Leaf Ultimate is going to be in short supply, and they seem to be cutting back on their numbers that they produce for a lot of products. So maybe that will affect supply and demand a little bit too, you know. You might start seeing some of the prices bump up a little bit as a result. If you happen to be reselling, which I know a lot of you do. Another handsome 1 of 1 in that one for Kyler Murray. All right, kids, that is tonight's version of Leaf Metal Draft Football. Remember, the next time we open this, it's going to be jumbo, and it'll be a half case. It'll be 40 total autographs in there. Of the 40, 4 of them are guaranteed to be 1 of 1 slabbed autographs. So Leaf kind of upping their game these days by adding in jumbos and changing up configurations and things. So that's what the next break of Metal Draft will consist of. This was the last of the regular hobby. Okay, so we saw this spreadsheet a minute ago, and probably everybody's familiar with it. But in case you are not, I am projecting approximately Wednesday for your shipping date for both products tonight. If you got skunked in Leaf Metal Draft on anything, you are still going to get something in the mail. Constellation card or cards will head out your way. Topps Gypsy Queen, don't worry about Constellation cards. Everybody's going to hit something. So once again, Wednesday, our targeted shipping date. As always, if I can get it faster out to you faster, I will. And if the week goes roughly, it might go a day later. So this is a 5-box half case break of 2019 Gypsy Queen Baseball. This is going to be the start of a new case. So what that means to you is this. I'm going to take all 10 of the boxes out. We're going to label them on the end and then use random.org to determine for us which 5 we will open tonight and which 5 we will open in the next break. So let me get our case up on the table and then get all of our boxes out. So bear with me here a minute. Just got to do a little shuffling around of things. All right, gotta get all these little bad boys out of here. Ay, ay, ay. I know I say this every time, but man, they wedge them in there. It's like, you know, in Panini's cases, there's like a little tiny bit of wiggle room. In Topps, there is 0 extra room. Like, you gotta pry them out. You need a crowbar practically by the time you get to the bottom. Okay. There we go. Now, we get it all numbered. And it'll be real easy. I will just type in 1 through 10. I'll hit random 1 single time. Whatever the first 5 numbers are that come up after I hit random will open the corresponding 5 boxes. So that's how that's going to work. If I can get us there, that's how it's going to work anyway. Ow, fiddle. Okay, there's our 1 through 10, and it gives us 3, 2, 9, 7, 10. So 2, 3, 7, 9, 10 in order. 2, 3, 7, 9, 10. All righty. 7 and 9 and 10. Yay. All right, let me get these others back in the case, and give me 1 second and we'll get rolling. All right. Rob is here. Hi, Rob. Oh, you said you finally won the A's, and then there was no Josh Allen tonight. Oh, man, I am so sorry. He does usually come out, too. I mean, he hasn't come out of every single case we've opened. Well, obviously, because, I mean, you saw that tonight. But I'd say he comes out of probably 70% of them, something like that, I would say. He comes out. I'm sorry that didn't work out for you on Easter. That's no fun, Rob. Man, I'm sorry, brother. I love my Josh Allen now. Can't wait. Can't wait, can't wait. They're making noise like the Raiders might get him, though, and the Raiders are seem to be so dysfunctional that I'm not sure I want him to go to the Raiders, but that's kind of the scuttlebutt, the most recent. Of course, this is also the time where everybody puts out all kinds of disinformation just to get people off the scent, so to speak, so you never know, but the Raiders apparently told their entire scouting team, like, get out, basically. Yeah, they don't want any more input from their scouting team all the way up through the draft. I guess they're trying to avoid leaks or some such, but I don't know. That's just another weird thing they're doing up there. So, our box toppers. No more do we have those giant Glassworks chrome ones. We have regular card size chrome box toppers these days in Gypsy Queen. And I've got to tell you, it's pretty awesome. Sometimes they're numbered, sometimes they're autographed, sometimes they're just base, but either way, you know, it's the only place you're going to find a chrome variation for Gypsy Queen, so I think that makes it kind of cool. That's the Baltimore Orioles with Dylan Bundy. Next up you have the Brewers with Aguilar. And behind that, this one will be numbered. It's a refractor, it's got a blue border, and it happens to be for the Dodgers, numbered to 150 with Justin Turner. Now, we are looking for two on-card autographs. Let's stop and think about what I was opening here for a minute. 2 on-card autographs per box here in Gypsy Queen. And we may find ourselves some parallels as well. And if we, you know, as we see those, we'll call them out. There's some different color variations that we can find. There are also black and white ones that are numbered to 50. There is the possibility to pull a 4th of July or a Jackie Robinson or a Players Weekend variation. Those are all jersey variations. And we may or may not pull them. They don't come out super frequently, so the odds would be probably more towards no than yes, but you never know. We can have missing nameplates. You can have logo swaps, where the Gypsy's face takes out the Gypsy Queen logo, and there'll be the inserts, the little fortune teller mini inserts. There can be bazooka backs. What I typically do is just check the backs of anything that is a hit. We don't necessarily flip through the back of everything that is a base card. However, if at the very end of the night, if somebody's hanging around and says, hey, I do want you to flip through all of them, after we do the break and the recap and all that, I will happily do that. Otherwise, if you do it as it goes, you know, by the time you take each card out and you flip each card over, you end up spending an inordinate amount of time. Whereas if you do it at the end of the night, you can just pick them up and just whoosh right through them. You know what I mean? So that is by request if someone wants it, but otherwise we don't worry about those too awfully much. That is a short print. Everything we have from 301 to 320 are short prints, and they're usually retired guys like that. You know, your George Brett type guys. Not obviously all George Brett, but, but you know what I mean. That is a missing nameplate for the Colorado Rockies. And it is not numbered or anything, but is the missing nameplate on the front. DV is looking for the Twins tonight. Kirk's here. Hi, Kirk. Happy Easter to you. Jay Rivers says the rumor is they're going to get rid of all the scouts. The Raiders are going to get rid of all the scouts. For real? This close to the draft? They're firing them all? Oh, that is so dumb. I do not know what they're doing over there. Ruben, I'm with you. Gypsy Queen is all kinds of awesome. I really look forward to it every year myself. It's so much fun to open. Here come the Mets with Nimmo. He's been doing fairly well. The Mets as a whole, maybe not. Well, they have good nights and bad nights, I guess. But hey, it's good to have an autograph, no matter. So if you've got the Mets, you drew first blood tonight. Aside from the mosquito, that bit me earlier. Aside from that, you drew first blood tonight. There's a fortune teller mini, Jose Altuve, and he heads to the Astros. I saw Aaron Judge got hurt yesterday, strained his oblique, but I guess they're saying it's a pretty severe strain, so we don't know how long he's going to be out. You can add that to the tally of the Yankees players who actually can't get on the field. There's Christian Stewart for the Detroit Tigers. That's our second autograph out of this box. Ruben, you have a McCutchen Jackie Robinson Day autograph out of Gypsy Queen. Very nice, my friend. I like that. I like Kutch. Poor guy, man. He's been traded a lot in the last year, but he seems like he's in a pretty good situation now, so hopefully that's what matters. But yeah, the Yankees, like, I mean, how many people do they have on IR right now? Like 12? I mean, for real, like 12, 10, 12, 13, a bunch. Like so many. They're in 2/3 of their team is out injured in one way or another. And then they lose Aaron on top of that. That's a mess. But it's early in the season. Of course, we'll have a zillion more injuries before we get through it all. But I think Lindor's back, isn't he? Didn't he come back this weekend? He's, of course, he was out for the Indians, and Jason Kipnis was out, although Kipnis came back maybe early this week, either last weekend or early this week. I think he started back. I think Lindor started back this weekend. Wouldn't absolutely swear to it, but I think that he did. A fortune teller, that is Urias and the Padres, who I think smacked up on my Cincinnati Reds today. But I did not watch the game. We had family time today. We went to the Cracker Barrel. And I'm going to tell you what, if you have never, I don't know if I should say fortune or misfortune, but if you have never been to the Cracker Barrel on a holiday, you have no idea what it's like in there. It is like a blood sport to get a table. That's a tarot insert, Jose Altuve for the Astros. We'll find quite a few of those. So we learned a new little trick, actually, at Christmas, or was it Thanksgiving? I guess it was Thanksgiving when we went there, that they have an online waiting list. Haha! Did you guys know this? Yeah, I didn't know it until last year. I think it was Thanksgiving. It might have been Christmas. I don't know. One of the two. But we discovered that you can put your name in the waiting list online before you go, and it will tell you how long the wait is, you know, before you submit your name. And then you turn it in, then you go do like whatever you want to do, and just show up about the time that amount of wait time has passed, and then boom, you just go right in and get your table. So we didn't actually have to do no blood was shed today in getting our table. However, there were 40 million people in there. But such are the hazards when you don't want to cook on the holiday, right? We're not the only ones that do that, apparently. Nolan Arenado, Rockies. Yeah, I think the key is to go to the one that's farthest away from an interstate. Because, you know, we have, what, I don't know, 3 or 4 here in town. And I think the one that's farthest from the interstate is usually the least busy. On regular days, on holidays, doesn't matter. For the Mets, you have a little numbered card here, and that is to 250 with Seth Lugo. And I apologize. I know I've got a little sniffing going on there. Allergy season is just kicking my butt. That was, oops, wait a minute. We need to look at the back of that. Tarot, Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. And a tarot for the A's with Chris Davis. And there we go. And there's that. So that is box 1 of 5 in the books. I'm going to try to do that without cutting it. Can I? Maybe I'll just peel up. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Go team, right? I figured out how to remove a sticker without using the knife. Are you all proud of me? Oh, it's the little things. It's the little things. Alrighty, here comes box uno, dos. 3, 4, 5 left to go. Detroit Tigers. Castellanos. Trey Mancini, Baltimore Orioles. And another refractor that's going to be numbered. Yay. Matt Olson, Oakland A's, numbered to 150. Those are our box toppers for box number 2. So, Ruben, what did the Easter Bunny deliver at your house for your girls today? Was it straight up candy, or did they get other stuff too? I know Easter Bunny does different things at different stops. Some stops it's candy, and some stops it's more gifts and candy. Sadly, he stops here mostly as just candy. I say sadly because that probably means, you know, what am I going to gain, like 10 pounds in like a day? Like 10 pounds overnight, dipping into the Easter candy that shouldn't be mine to dip into, but what are you going to do? We have an autograph for the Orioles with Cedric Mullins. So that's our first of 2 that we should find in box number 2 here. They got closed and they didn't get a lot of candy. So see, your Easter Bunny is better because that's really better for kids than my Easter Bunny, which is like, ooh, here's a bunch of sugar. Go have fun and bounce off the walls. Yeah, I know. My Easter Bunny slacks, doesn't he? He does. He needs to get better around here. You're not trying to buy your dentist a new home. Yeah, I don't know. There's certain candy you can only get at Easter, though. One of those things is Sweet Tarts jelly beans. And I'm not, as a whole, a huge fan of jelly beans in general. But if you've never had Sweet Tarts jelly beans, oh boy, don't ever try them because you're going to be hooked on them. And when they only come out at Easter, then you're going to be crazy and buy zillions of them and eat them all until they are gone. So, I'm just giving you fair warning. Don't try them if you haven't. Blake Snell, Tampa Bay Rays, fortune teller insert. Because it is really, really good. A fortune teller, Freddie Freeman, Atlanta Braves. What's the score of the Braves game, by the way? Anybody have it on? Anybody know? That's Shohei Ohtani with a tarot insert. And there's Ender, Atlanta Braves, numbered to 250. Oh, Ruben, you work for a sugar refinery. Wow. And oh my gosh, I don't know how that would work for me. That would be the kind of job that might be bad for me to have. 9-0 Braves. Oh, 10-0 Braves. Buckeye quit watching at 10-0 for the Braves. Man alive. Braves are smoking it. Mercy. That is a logo swap. Alex Bregman for the Astros. Oh, I never dreamed that would be a 10-0 game. That's kind of crazy. Buckeye, you're watching hockey now. Fortune teller, that was an Aaron Judge. Wonder if the back of it said, I see a strained oblique in your future. I bet it didn't. Now 11-0. I mean, what are they... Who is pitching, man? Letting them get 11 runs. Buckeye, he's happy about his Blue Jackets in hockey. Now, Buckeye, you know I don't follow hockey very much. So, I don't know any of your details on any of your players for the Blue Jackets. I do know somebody just got suspended for something in hockey. I saw a headline of it, but I didn't read it or pay much attention to it. I guess it must have been a big time fight if they got suspended. Usually you just go to the box, right? Oh, look at that. Torrey Hunter for the Twins. And you've got the logo swap down in the corner as well. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Little Torrey Hunter, Minnesota Twins autograph, and the logo swap as well. I like that hit. Pretty cool for Minnesota. And a logo swap short print. Ivan Rodriguez on tap. Comes Pudge for the Rangers. So short print, logo swap, combination there with Pudge. Mike Trout, tarot insert. And our first black and white of the night. Looks like it's going to be Mark Trumbo for the Orioles. Should be numbered to 50 when we flip it. And indeed it is. Baltimore Orioles. Oh, you said a bunch of them got suspended for cheap shot hits. Okay. Because usually, you know, I mean, that's really, to me, that's the, if you watch hockey, that's the fun part. I like watching them get into a fight. Like, I don't really follow it other than I'll watch a good brawl. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. And usually, you know, they just have to go to the box, to the penalty box. So don't get suspended too often for that. That's a tarot Clayton Kershaw. And that's the end of box number 2. Here comes number 3, headed our way. Ah, Lindor hit. Yay, and he hit his first home run of the year. Well, yeah, this only is, what, second game back, I think. Because he's been injured all season. I think it was yesterday he started back. Maybe he started back sooner than that, but I thought it was yesterday. But anyway, well, good. So at least they got 1 run on the board. At least they're not totally skunked, although still, that's pretty pitiful. 11-1 is still pretty pitiful. Any Indians or Diamondbacks in this yet? Autograph-wise, I don't think so. Parallel-wise, oh, I have no idea. Parallel-wise. The White Sox with a little chrome coming out there from Strakopic. And Danny Jansen for the Blue Jays, chrome number 2. Chrome number 3 once again happens to be numbered and a refractors for the Yankees. Severino to 150. Ruben, you said they tied for the best regular season record ever, and then they laid a bomb in the playoffs. I assume we're talking hockey, right? Are you talking about the Lightning? Is that who you're talking about that just stunk up the joint? I know. I guess I should try to watch hockey more. I know some of you have asked me before about breaking it, but I don't break it mainly because I don't watch it. So I don't know anything about who the good players are or any of the basic goings on in the sport because I just don't watch it at all. But, I guess you could break it without watching it or knowing anything about it, but it wouldn't seem like you should. You know what I mean? It would just be like, I don't know. It would seem kind of odd to me. If I didn't have any idea if something was a good hit or not a good hit or didn't know anything about it, it would seem weird to me. That is a tarot insert for Jesus Aguilar. Fortune teller Nolan Arenado, Rockies. But also most of the hockey, or a great deal of the hockey, is Upper Deck. And Upper Deck is super, super weird about, we already looked at that, I think, about allowing people to buy it, buy it to break it. They don't really sell to breakers until the product's been out for like 6 months or 9 months. So then you have to can't get it from your distributor, and it's just a whole big mess of stuff. There's Gleyber Torres, Yankees logo swap. So that doesn't make it any easier to want to work into the rotation when you have to work so hard just to get the product. And that was you said, Buckeye, that was your hockey team's first playoff series win ever? Well, then that's good. Well, no wonder you're excited. Yeah, first ever is always a good thing. Jose Altuve, fortune teller, Astros. And a fortune teller for the Padres, Urias. Ruben says the only thing you need to know is the less teeth you have in your mouth means your skill level is going to be lower than those with all their teeth. I basically just thought that meant, you're the scrapper. What was that one? Oh, what was that movie? One of you guys will know it. I can't even remember who was in it. If it was Adam Sandler or who was in it, but it was some guy that played hockey, but the whole reason that they sent him in there was just to go in there. He was terrible really at playing hockey, but he was really good at fighting, so they would send him in there just to fight and beat up the other people. What was that movie? It's been several years ago. I can't think what it was. And it may not have even been Adam Sandler in it. I just have a vague sort of recollection of it. But speaking about losing the teeth is what made me think, oh, Goon. Yeah. That's it. Avenger DK, Goon. And then when you say that, Sean William Scott. That's who it was. As soon as I saw Goon, now I could remember the name of the guy. Yeah, he played, right, exactly. Sean William Scott played Stifler in the American Pie movies. Yeah, that movie was funny. I liked it. I was like, yeah, okay, I could like hockey if it's all about just the fight. I had a friend, when I lived in California, I had a friend whose son played played hockey for, fortunately, only a little while, but he did for a little while, and she was a really good friend, so you have to go sit in that little icy arena and watch those little kids play hockey. This is, for the Cubs, Arcia, and it is numbered to 250. But, you know, they don't let the little kids knock the snot out of each other, of course. J.D. Martinez for the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, who shot JR, right? Okay, that tells my age. Goon. Yeah, thank you all for knowing the name of that off the top of your head. That would have taken me, I would have spent the next 2 days trying to think of that. That is a tarot for the Yankees with Giancarlo Stanton. Another DL Yankee at the moment. Here comes our autograph hit. It looks like it's a pirate. Colin Moran. So the Pirates on the board with an autograph. Next, we have ourselves the Rockies with Nolan Arenado, tarot. Try to stack those in one stack. Oh, Ruben, you like Slapshot. I don't know if I have seen Slapshot. I mean, I'm familiar with the movie. I've heard of it, and I know of it. But I'm trying to think if I ever actually have sat down and watched that movie. And tell you the truth, I don't know if I have. Avenger also recommends Mystery Alaska. Okay. Well, check some of those out, maybe. I did like Goon. Matt Chapman for the Oakland A's. Was our second autograph hit out of box number 3, which is what we're finishing up right now. Heading into number 4. I think I already cut the plastic on 4 and 5. Ruben, you're a Flyers fan, and during the 70s, the Broad Street Bullies owned the NHL. That's Philadelphia is the Flyers, right? Am I right about that or wrong about that? Might not be correct, but I was thinking they were in Philadelphia. Well, I kind of opened that up from the wrong end. Let's try that. Let's try that again. All right, our box toppers. We're starting off with the Astros. And you got your man, Justin Verlander. Colorado Rockies are up next with Trevor. And we have another numbered refractor. And this one is Lewis Brinson, Miami Marlins, to 150. As an aside, you probably are aware of this, but in case anyone is not, those chrome box toppers are going to have a little bit of curvature to them. That's going to happen with virtually any card you pull that has that kind of coating on it. So, it's not excessive, but there's definitely a little bit of there of curvature. You said we went past a Mattingly short print. I don't know if this is the last thing I set down or not, but let's see if it is. That I just saw a blank nameplate. Apparently I mentally checked out when I looked through it if I also passed Mattingly. Everything ships in here, guys, so if I don't find this, it's not like going to be the end-all be-all, because everything does ship. You're going to get everything you've seen. And honestly, I don't know how far back it was, nor do I know exactly which stack it was on. But we'll, for the sake of argument, look through a couple of them here to see if I see it. Which, right offhand, I didn't. But anyway, so apparently there is, Ruben says he saw a Don Mattingly short print go through there, guys, which I didn't catch, but of course I'll catch it when it sorts, and all the cards do ship, so don't sweat that. But I did see this when we went back through, a blank nameplate there for the Diamondbacks and Robbie Ray, so there you go. It was worth picking them up for anyway. And yes, it's not uncommon for me to not catch a short print or some kind of variation when we're going through live, but I would most likely catch it when we were sorting. And that's a Tarot Clayton Kershaw, because obviously some of the differences are more subtle than others. The Giants have an autograph. Steven Dugar comes out for San Francisco, baby. A fortune teller, that is Kyle Tucker for the Astros. Alrighty, kids. We're getting there. For as many base cards as it has, because it does have a decent number of cards, it actually breaks faster than some products. Like, I think it breaks faster than Heritage. And I know it's 5 boxes versus 6, which is part of the reason why. But just in general, it seems like it breaks faster. Maybe it's just because I like it a lot. Not that I don't like Heritage, because I do. But some years of Heritage I like better than others. It's always very dependent on the design for me when it comes to Heritage. Some years I just love, and some years I'm like, they're okay. Second autograph out of this box is Carson Kelly and the Cardinals. St. Louis on the board. There's a blank nameplate for the Phillies. Herrera. If I could get him to go in the sleeve, that is. He was being rather uncooperative. Man, I still just can't get over that. that is 11-1. That's just messed up right there. Fortune teller Acuna, Atlanta Braves. Speaking of 11-1. I wonder why that, maybe I just set that on there weird. I don't know. Hunter Dozier, is he a short print? No. Do I see anything else interesting about him? No. So I must have just sat that one in there funky or something. There's a logo swap, though, for the Orioles, Chris Davis. Thank goodness that boy finally hit a baseball. That was terrible. You just don't want to be known for that. Terrible, terrible. Of course, maybe not so terrible. Like, yeah, it probably isn't fun to be booed at your home park and have people say all kinds of stuff about you. That's probably not fun, but he's making a crap ton of money, so maybe that helps take the sting out. Of course, now that he's gotten the hit, it's not as big a deal anyway, but I'm just thinking, relatively speaking, if I had the choice. And they said, oh, you can have this much money, but like everybody's going to think you're terrible at your job and talk about you badly all the time and boo you when they see you, but we'll pay you this amount of money. Like, would I take the money and be okay with those parameters? I don't know. I don't know. Fortune teller, Oakland A's, Chris Davis. So maybe the money doesn't make it better. I don't know. Seems like it would, though, doesn't it? Shohei Ohtani, tarot insert, Angels. He should be back hitting at least pretty soon. I'd say within a month or so. Month and a half, maybe. Oh boy, it's 11-2 now. So, oh, the Indians are mounting a comeback. They got 2 whole runs on the board right now. All right, Indians, you go. Well, they do need to make it look more respectable anyway, for sure. That's just ludicrous. Yeah, Jay Rivers, I'm with you. He says, money isn't everything, but it helps. I agree. So, I mean, would you be willing to do that? If somebody offered to pay you, say, twice what you make now. I don't know what you make, but just say twice what you make now. That's an Aguilar for the Brewers. And they said they would pay you twice what you make now, or even 3 times what you make now. But everybody would think you were terrible at your job and would constantly be talking about the fact that you were terrible at your job, both to your face and, you know, all around you in social media, or putting notices up on the billboard or whatever, versus making the money you make and everybody thinking you're good at your job and they all like you. Which would you do? This is numbered to 250, and that is a Taro Ozzie Albies for the Atlanta Braves. Another fortune teller, Gleyber Torres, New York Yankees. A numbered card making an appearance. It's an Astro. It's Justin Verlander. And numbered to 250. So you say you'd go for the money? You wouldn't care if they all booed you and said you were terrible? All right then. All right. Now we know. Softens the blow sufficiently. So here we are on our last box, which means it is last box mojo time. So we try, of course, to have big, fiery, amazing hits come out of our last box. And a lot of times it works. A surprising amount of time it works. So we'll see if we have any Easter heat waiting for us here in our last box. Matt Carpenter for the Cardinals. And there's Charlie Blackmon, Colorado Rockies. And our last out, numbered, refractored. We have seen a lot of this guy tonight, haven't we? The Milwaukee Brewers and Aguilar to 150. Yeah, see, Jay Rivers says he's self-assured. I have to say, I mean, I think even when you have a lot of confidence in yourself, I would have to think that if somebody's just kind of standing over your shoulder while you're doing your work, just heckling you and booing you, and it went on for days and weeks and months, I gotta say, no matter how much self-confidence you have, that's got to be not very much fun. So maybe you don't lose confidence in yourself, but you would probably really hate going to work. That's my guess. Fortune teller for the A's, Chris Davis. But as you say, that's what these guys get the big bucks for, to put up with all that kind of stuff. It's part of it. DV's cards, you're asking about the second half of this case. Have we, I don't think it's scheduled yet, I don't think. That is a blank nameplate Hosmer for the Padres. I don't think I have it scheduled yet, DV, and if I don't, I don't entirely know. We're already scheduled, of course, up through Friday. And what have I got? I know we've got Diamond Kings in there a couple of times, and I've got Bowman in there maybe only once. I think I've only got this in there once in this so far this week. So maybe somewhere in the, gosh, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday range, somewhere in that window, but I don't really know exactly. Sometimes I have stuff scheduled to start way in advance, and I don't always remember what it is. I do keep track of it on a spreadsheet to remind me, but I don't happen to have that in front of me here. It's not even on this computer that I use for the break, actually, because I list from the one in the office. Mariners, Tarot. But I would say somewhere in that window, you know, like a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, somewhere in there. Salvador Perez has a logo swap for the Kansas City Royals. I think that fortune teller is going to be numbered. It's for the Astros. It's Tucker, and he is numbered to 250. So a little Kyle Tucker numbered hit. The Blue Jays with Borucki, Ryan Borucki. And you said, Jay Rivers, you were in the nuclear Navy, so you have lots of practice. Well, yeah, you have to be any kind of job that has the word nuclear in it means you're probably extremely level-headed and unexcitable. Yeah, so I could understand that. That makes good sense. Derek Jeter, short print, Yankees. Ruben would take the money, but not in Philly, because Philly has rough fans. Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think we would all take the money and just live with the fallout. That's the lure of it, unless you're already rich and you don't need the money. But otherwise, yeah, the money's always going to be driving the bus for most of us. There's another fortune teller, Tucker for the Astros, but that one was not numbered. Oh, my Cincinnati Reds got a numbered card with Schebler to 250. My little Cincinnati Reds don't go home empty-handed. Well, nobody's going home empty-handed. There's a zillion and one cards over here, so everybody's going to get a nice little package of cards. J.D. Martinez, tarot insert, Red Sox. There is a blank nameplate. That's the White Sox. And it is Ronaldo Lopez. Closing in on it. What do y'all think about the 9 o'clock start time? I know Jay Allen's not on tonight, I don't think, but I know Jay Allen prefers the 9 o'clock starting, and we've been bouncing around with it here and there, mostly on new release nights up to this point, but I'm not entirely opposed to moving it to a 9 o'clock start. The only thing I worry about is, you know, obviously the listings start ending much sooner, which doesn't really impact if you're in the Eastern time zone, but if you happen to be in one of the other time zones, probably could impact you. Bryce Wilson for the Atlanta Braves. And that was our second autograph, our last autograph here out of box number 5 of this half of the case. I just went nuts and don't know what happened. Had some little spasm. This guy flipped right out of my hand, and it is, I think mostly, I'm trying to get a good look at it. It's Kevin Kramer here. I don't really think we're any worse for the wear as a result, but it's for the Pirates in its base, but still, obviously, I'd prefer it not have done a backflip. But I do think we ended up okay, thank goodness. Have our mats to help us out a little. Mookie Betts, Tarot, Red Sox. A fortune teller for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. And another fortune teller for the Braves with Mr. Acuna. Last two, there they go. All righty. Jay River says, finally a Brave, finally. Oh, so Ruben, you don't care because you work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., so it doesn't make any difference to you. I gotcha. All right. Yeah, so I just, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about if I want to permanently switch it to 9 or if I want to leave it like it is and it's mostly 9:30, but we do 9 on new release nights or nights where we've got a lot of stuff going on. All right, so we are flipping through. These are all of our chrome box toppers, and some of them are numbered to 150. Basically, when they have that color border in their refractors, they're to 150. When they don't have that, they are unnumbered. So that's 150. That's 150. Oh, you guessed it, 150 again. And same as right there for the Dodgers. So those were our box toppers for this half case. Now, I will tell you freely, I am sure there are probably additional short prints. There may be additional missing nameplates and other things, logo swaps and things as well that I did not catch going through live. All the cards ship, so if it's in there, you're going to get it. But this is just recapping what I did catch going through. So that's a blank nameplate White Sox. My Cincinnati Reds numbered to 250. Derek Jeter is a short print. Kyle Tucker Mini is numbered to 250. That's a logo swap for the Royals. Blank nameplate Padres. This is Justin Verlander and the Astros to 250. Our numbers on the front of this one, it is also to 250. It's Ozzie Albies and the Braves. Logo swap for the Orioles with Chris Davis, blank nameplate Phillies, blank nameplate Diamondbacks. Who was that? Robbie Ray. Okay. Our Cubbies have a numbered card to 250. There's a logo swap for the Yankees. Only one black and white in here, and that is Mark Trumbo for the Orioles. Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez, has a logo swap, and he's a short print. Logo swap, Alex Bregman for the Astros. The Braves numbered to 250. The New York Mets numbered to 250. A blank nameplate for the Rockies. A short print for the Royals. And a logo swap for the Twins. Then our autograph hits. The Atlanta Braves with Bryce Wilson. Ryan Borucki comes out for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Cardinals have a little Carson Kelly ink. Steven Dugar, San Francisco Giants. The Oakland A's with Matt Chapman. Colin Moran for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Torrey Hunter has logo swap and ink for the Minnesota Twins. The Orioles, Cedric Mullins. Christian Stewart for the Detroit Tigers, and we got things started tonight with the Mets and Brandon Nimmo. So that is our break tonight and the recap and such. Now, I will put up spreadsheet information here again for anybody who might have missed it earlier, or you want to know what's breaking in the days ahead and or your shipping info, that sort of thing. It's coming at you right now. So anticipating a Wednesday shipping date, could always fall a day early if the week goes well, could always slide a day later if the week goes not well. But I'm guessing right now my best estimate is Wednesday. Every team pulled cards in Gypsy Queen. No need for consolation there. But if you got Skunked and Leaf Metal Draft, you are going to get a package in the mail. It'll have consolation cards in it, and it will ship with the rest of the break when it goes out. So tomorrow night, once again, we're 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. We're going to open a half case of Flawless Football and a 12-box inner case of Diamond Kings Baseball. On Tuesday night, we'll do another half case of Flawless Football and a half case of Bowman Baseball. Bowman will be the start of a new case. Wednesday's a new release day. We'll start 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Contenders Draft Picks Football, 12-box case. Once again, spots sold by first letter of the last name. And we will do a 3-box inner case of Onyx Preferred Players Autographed Baseballs. Thursday night, we're going to do a half case of Leaf Metal Draft Jumbo. 4 boxes. It may not sound like a lot, but it is. There's going to be 40 hits in that break. And of those 40 hits, 4 of them are going to be guaranteed to be 1-of-1 slabbed autographs. We'll also open another 12-box case of Diamond Kings on Thursday night. Friday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. It is a new release night as well. It's NT Basketball. We'll open a full case of that and a second case of Contenders Draft Picks. We will also still be on first letter of last name. Then once we get past Friday, any additional Contenders Draft Picks that we open will switch to being listed in a team format, and we'll probably throw in a spot there for undrafted free agents at that point too. So, all right, I believe that is all the news to use here on my end. So once again, hope everyone had a great weekend, a nice Easter holiday, and have a good week ahead. I am out of here for tonight, but I will be back at it tomorrow night. So stop by and see me again anytime. Enjoy your week ahead, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.